Howdy everybody, Big Fatty Plus, and I decided today, as a filler, is one of the fillers I'm going to drop in between each part of Grimrock, because I haven't had a chance to record it yet. I'm going to do a game that I streamed, but never actually got to show the best ending. So I figured I was going to do an LP of it real quick, and show the 3 endings that I know of for this game. But first I'll show the text that comes with it, which is the controls, directional keys to navigate, Z to do shit, shift to run, and it says visit this place for updates where where you can download this game, and it's all made by Snow Owl, which I would presume is this guy's icon. And here's the funny part: based on a story by an anonymous contributor to a certain image board. What image board could that be? But anyway, let's move on to the game. Same controls as before. Z, action. Directional buttons, move, and hold shift to move faster. Lovely. I'm also doing this with Cam Studio because Fraps, the thing doesn't want to run with Fraps. That in the game, when you end it, it just shuts off. It does no go to title screen. But anyway, we're starting with the main character, Joe. The following story really happened. I saw it with my own eyes. Maybe it didn't happen as I saw it, but more on that later. We were all going out camping. Me and 3 friends from university. Why do you call it university anymore? It's like, hey, college! Call it college. You know, university. It had to be proper. Let me introduce my friends. This is Darren. I wouldn't say he is our group of friends' leader. Or actually, I would. He's the one that always gets us all out of the house and into the action. He's the first one to hit on that cute girl by the bar. He's the first one to jump from the roof into the swimming pool. According to himself, he's even more impulsive when he was a kid. I can only imagine his childhood, and how often he must have broken his legs, scraped his knees, and hit his head. Still, if it weren't for Darren, we wouldn't have half the amount of fun we have. This girl is Celeste. We have known each other since we were children. We met each other when she moved into the house next door when I was 7. My mom told me to go show her around the neighborhood, and after that we were inseparable for a few years. She's a nice girl, although her health isn't the best. She has some kind of heart problem which I forgot the name of. This forced her to be away from school during extended periods of time during her childhood. Because of this, until we started university, I was her only friend. Still, she never complained, and I've always seen her as a positive, happy girl. Next is me. I'm Joe. As the name implies, I'm pretty normal. Average Joe. Ha ha! Hope your last name isn't Schmo. I don't have any overwhelmingly bad qualities, but on the other hand, I don't have any overwhelmingly good ones either. I live in this apartment a short walk from my university. This is where us 4 friends usually gather before going out. This guy here, looking all relaxed on my bed, is Michael. Obviously, I have thoughts about what might be occurring there. He's my neighbor, living in the apartment next door. One day while I had Celeste over, he just barged in. Hey man, your place looks pretty nice. Mind if I join you for dinner? He said. As you can imagine, he's pretty pushy. I don't think he realizes it himself. He came over several times after that day. After that, we somehow naturally became friends. How? If I knew someone that pushy, I'd slug him. Give me, hey man, you got a nice place. Motherfucker, how'd you get in my room? Get the fuck out. Hey man, once I have a freaking hammer, I will bongo your head in. Ass. I'm sitting here masturbating, and you gonna barge it? Hey! Asshole. So one day, Darren came with the idea that we should go camping. With a couple of trees that look like they're up to no good. Starting making trouble in the neighborhood. Darren said his family had a cabin a little bit into the forest. So camping we went. Could be fun, right? Of course, me, Michael, and Celeste disliked the idea of staying in heaven. Why do you have to use the word dislike? We don't like it. that I dislike. No, it's hate! Hate! It's a camping trip. We have to sleep in the wilderness. So Darren told us about the woods near the cabin. I don't remember much about the trip to the cabin. We joked around, took a few breaks, normal stuff. Either way, we drove up to the cabin and left the car there. We took a short break in the cabin and set out into the wilderness. We went pretty far in. I can't say how far in the distance exactly, but it took several hours to get where we set up camp. The first day we just screwed around. Nothing abnormal happened. Nothing abnormal happened on the first day. But then, of course! And we're at camp! Yay! No need to go into the tent right now. I also like how there's one single green tree in this whole mess. Bright green right there. This motherfucker just sleeping, you lazy bastard. Did you sleep well last night? I don't know. You wouldn't give me head. Morning there. Should I say good afternoon? Fix us some wood for a fire, will you? Lazy bastard. Sit out to gather wood for a new fire and water to cook with. And there's the maze of trees. Ooh, what in the Sam Hill is that? What does that sound? That sound like something you'd hear in the forest. There we go, a bucket of water. What the fuck is that shit? Well, we have enough water. It's time to go. And he rushes back to camp almost magically. The sound stopped. My head hurts. Because you're too busy being an ass. We should have had a blast yesterday, didn't we? Sleepy bones! Wake the fuck up! You ass. I should have enough wood to make the fire last a while tonight. Bing! There's enough wood for a fire. Pour the water into a cooking pot. We can cook now. Alright, let's cook something up, shall we? Oh god, she's gonna cook. Oh, here comes the sexism jokes from a mile away! Oh boy. Later that evening. What the hell is up with this fog? Every time I've been here before, there haven't been any fog. Time to go to sleep soon. We're all out of booze. Guess I have to go back to town tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that 4-hour trek. Maybe we shouldn't have gone so deep in. Wait, you coward. I need to talk to the lady. I need to talk to the lady. It's really chilly outside for being in the middle of summer. Hey, anyone else hear that sound? Yes! Yeah, now that you mention it, what is that? Sounds like something metally. Metally? Haha! Is that even a word? Are you stupid? Shut up, asshole. It's a word if I say so. It stopped. Maybe it was some kind of machine. Who the hell would go out hours from the nearest civilization in the middle of the night and start revving up some kind of weird machine? There's a lot of fucked up people in this world, Michael. You should know this. Who gives a shit? It's probably someone using the chainsaw or something. Yeah, I've never heard a chainsaw make that sound, motherfucker. Wait, no, there's one other person who probably, never mind. Let's go to sleep. I'm tired. Off to bed! I get first dibs of the lady. I'm sure there was no chainsaw. I wonder what it was. Oh, soon overtook everyone. Oh, creepy moment, creepy moment! Oh! But something woke you up a few hours later, in your half-awake state. You stumbled outside the tent. Darren, Michael, Celeste, is that you? This is even thicker than before. I can't see much. Well, that's an interesting sound. I see something there. The hell is that? Michael, is that you? So say something, will you? Who are you? Whoa! Stop right there! I have a knife! Shit! We're gonna run back to the camp as quick as possible. We saw a motherfucker in there! Don't know what the fuck that was. Hey, wake up! There's something outside the tent. What? I'm sure there is. Lots of squirrels and shit. Go back to sleep. Hey, is Michael here? Yeah, I'm here. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. The thing outside looked like you. It's probably some animal. I don't think we have to worry about a fox or whatever. Take it easy and go back to sleep. Alright then, maybe it was just some animal. An animal that stands on 2 upright legs and makes that weird noise. Yeah, that's an animal! People in horror stuff is always stupid! But those sounds... A few minutes later. Okay, drop it. Whoever that is, I want to sleep already. It wasn't me. Me neither. That didn't sound like any of our voices. Well, shit. Now I'm never going to be able to sleep. Should we go outside and look? We've been some crazy psycho with an axe. All the more reason to check it out. Sound like the tent is some kind of impenetrable fortress. Seriously, if that was one of you guys, tell me right now. This ain't funny anymore. Okay, everyone get out together and check it out. I ain't going alone. What the hell is that? What the heck is that? Someone was definitely here. Shit! Shit! Where? I don't want to step in it. Calm yourself, Celeste. We are 4 against 1 here. You'll be fine. They said that with Jason. Yeah, see what happened there. What if the dude got some kind of weapon with him? I mean, he killed this little critter, didn't he? Michael is right. Michael is right. We gotta get the hell out of here. Can't just up and leave. It's the middle of the night. What about our stuff? Screw our stuff. I'm not staying here another minute. Fine, we'll leave. But at least bring the flashlight and some food and water. I think you're overreacting, though. We haven't seen anyone. Still, someone has something left this dead creature here. Can't exactly go back to sleep with no worries. Guess you're right. I'll go get the flashlight. Everyone, bring some stuff you think we might need. A couple of minutes later. Alright, let's go. And they all form up on me, motherfucker! If that's a squirrel, someone's gonna get their asses handed to them on a silver fucking platter. It's alright. It's just a little bit. This way is the lake. We're not going this way. Of course not, motherfucker! I'll kill you, motherfucker. It's so dark. At least it's still summer. It's not pitch black. This fog is really annoying, though. So we're going back to the cabin, right? Guess that's the plan. What's that off to the right there, following us? I see you, motherfucker! I see you! Ass! While later it became obvious, Darren had no idea where we were going. He was swearing and looking all around. We've been walking for awfully long now. Are you sure we're on the right path, Darren? I've walked this path hundreds of times. We're on the right path. I don't recognize anything from when we were walking in the camp, though. I said we were on the right path. But as time went on, it became obvious that Darren had no idea where we were. Darren couldn't find the path. Maybe it was the fog. Maybe the darkness. Maybe something else. Either way, we were lost. I kept looking behind me. I was having that feeling where you think someone is watching or stalking you. You're right! I nearly tripped over Celeste when she fell. Now here's our first branching path. Do we or don't we? Let's not. Celeste is a strong girl. She can help herself up. She shook her head and got to her feet. The ground was getting muddy. It was getting even mistier. Not for the flashlight, I wouldn't have any idea who she was. I recognize that tree! We're getting to the cabin! Again, I had the feeling that something was watching me. My gut was screaming at me that something, somewhere, was wrong. I realized the sound from earlier was back, softer, but still present. Started looking around, panicking. Did a head count, or more accurately, silhouette count. Me, Celeste walking beside me. Darren in the lead, Michael to the left. Who the heck was the guy besides Michael? I quickened my pace. I thought about shouting out, but was worried. If I did, maybe the thing would turn around and jump Michael or something. I didn't know what to do. I ran my fingers along a knife I brought from camp. Then the cabin appeared, out of nowhere. The mist was starting to disintegrate around us. It was easier to make out who everyone was now. I looked at the thing next to Michael. She looked just like Celeste. The thing next to me leaned. In front of me. It wasn't Celeste. Well, that's a problem! I should have ran or screamed, but my body was clenching up for no reason. The thing turned and walked into the mist. I caught up with the others as they entered the cabin, practically in tears. They couldn't find the car and were arguing about where they put it. I told them what I saw. Obviously, they didn't believe me. Still, everyone hurried inside to lock the door. Follow this here! He really wants something from us. What the hell does he want with us? Someone get the shotgun! What? Get the shotgun! Shit! Shoot! He'll kill us! Shoot him! Huh, what? Shoot! Shoot now! Nobody said a word for what felt like an hour. Finally, Michael slowly walked towards the door and opened it. What they saw sent them all into shock. It was Joe. The Joe inside the cabin started laughing. Silently at first, and then louder and louder till everyone had to cover their ears. That's when everyone realized they had made a mistake. The Joe outside the door was the real Joe. And we got the bad end. That resulted from not helping Celeste, whom we know is not Celeste. But what happens when you do help her? Alright, we're back to this scene, and this time we're going to help Celeste up. I took Celeste's hand and dragged her to her feet. It's getting even mistier. Not for the flashlight. I wouldn't have any idea who she was. I recognize that tree! We're getting to the cabin! Again, I had the feeling that something was watching me. My gut was screaming me that something, somewhere, was wrong. I realized the sound from earlier was back, softer, but still present. Started looking around, panicking. Did a head count, or miraculously, silhouette count. Me, Celeste still holding my hand. Darren in the lead, Michael to the left. Who the heck was the guy besides Michael? My grip on Celeste's hand tightened, and I quickened my pace. I thought about shouting out, but was worried. If I did, maybe the thing would turn around and jump Michael or something. I didn't know what to do. Run my fingers along a knife I brought from camp. Then the cabin appeared out of nowhere. The mist was starting to disintegrate around us. It was easy to make out who everyone was now. I looked at the thing next to Michael. She looked just like Celeste. The thing whose hand I was holding leaned in front of me. It wasn't Celeste. I should have ran or screamed, but my body was clenching up for no reason. The thing turned and walked into the mist. I caught up with the others as they entered the cabin, practically in tears. They couldn't find the car and were arguing about where we put it. I told them what I saw, obviously. They didn't believe me. Still, everyone hurried inside and locked the door. He followed us here! Here he wants something from us. He doesn't seem to have anything to break down the door with, though. What the hell does he want with us? Hell if I know, ask him! She's breathing quite heavily. We're safe here, it's cool, man. It's a sturdy door, it'll be alright, won't it? Hey, don't touch the door! I wasn't gonna. Nothing useful inside. Remember, in the last ending, there was a shotgun there? Let's just walk away. Did he go away? Why are you assuming it's a he? Yeah, same shit, so we're just gonna survey the rest of this. Shit, the bastard hit the breaker! Can't get in, right? And off she goes! Celeste! He's just trying to scare us. Take it easy. I hope the fuck you right. I'm starting to believe what you said about what you saw earlier. I know I improvised that line, I don't care. It's fine. He's just trying to scare us. It's hard doing a New Yorker crap accent and a black person accent in the same breath. It's quite confusing on my vocal cords. Don't know why. A couple books and board games. And there's a window. Nothing outside the window. Gotta go check on Celeste, though. But there's another window. Seems fine. Okay, that's not so fine. Who is that? Well, that's a problem. Celeste seems to have calmed down a bit. Yeah, she passed out. Oh, look who's sneaked into the back very quickly. We're safe here. It's cool, man. Where's Darren? You saw something looking like me? Yeah. Fireplace. I want to be matches though. Fireplace. I don't have any matches. Fuel for the fireplace. Better not touch it. Suddenly, a strong sense of nausea hit me. There was something in the air. I could feel the horror overtaking me again. Got shift in our room. Uh-oh. I don't feel so good. Gotta run now because your movement speed is insanely slow, and oh, it's a bit loud there, but there's nothing outside. And the thing is now beating on the door hard. Something's wrong with Celeste. Don't see nothing out the door this time. Can't get up. What you do when you have an overwhelming sense of nausea? You go to bed. Couldn't take it anymore. I had to lie down. I couldn't sleep. And I wouldn't have even if I could. I just wanted to rest. I waited for the world to stop spinning. I looked out the window. Oh, grand. There was someone in the tree. I stared back, not being able to register what was going on. I quickly pulled the blinds down. Celeste came through the door. She looked pale and disheveled. I dragged her to the bed and laid her down. She was gasping for air as if something was suffocating her. Eventually, her breathing became more regular. I asked where the others were. She shrugged. The room had stopped spinning a bit, but I felt far from good. I'll go look around. Wait here. Suddenly, a voice could be heard from the locked door. What was worse, though, was that it was Celeste's voice. Let me in! Let me in! God, let me in there! Immediately pulled my knife and placed it at Celeste lying in the bed. Her eyes grew wide with shock and alarm, but they could have been faked. What are you doing? No, I'm the real one! The one out there, that's the imposter! I was kind of in a trance, unsure of what to do, staring down at her. Maybe I would have stabbed her if the voice at the door hadn't changed into some low, deep, guttural voice. Then it became high-pitched, like a little girl's. I pulled my knife away. Stepped out of trance. Now the nausea was returning. I got to the door and opened it. There was nothing there but a trail of black liquid. Now we have a choice. We can either follow the trail or say to hell with it. Suddenly got this feeling that it might not be the best idea to go outside. Let's not. Decide not to go outside. Yeah, wouldn't have been a very brilliant idea anyway. I mean, you know, you see that black viscous liquid, you wonder, what the fuck is that shit? Nothing outside the tree. Suddenly, I got this sinking feeling in my stomach, like something was seriously out of place. I couldn't place the reason. That would soon find out. Uh-oh. Michael was lying on the floor, shot to the death. Shot to the death. How I know he was shot to death? Just a feeling. You guys are going out camping, yes. Recently shot to death. Darren was lying on the floor. I could see the wounds in the shotgun. Wait, how do you know it was a shotgun? Celeste was dead, lying in a pool of blood on the floor. It looked like she had been shot. Panic started flowing through every vein in my body. Suddenly I realized. Was there really someone outside? No. The shotgun. How tempting it had been. I've been looking for the right moment for a long time. The right moment for what, you ask? Why, the right moment to kill my friends. Obviously. What else? Shotgun. Oh, how tempting you had been. I just had to do it. Always taking me for granted, those bastards. Just because I'm nothing special. This would teach them not to mess with me. And that would be the second ending that I know of. And the bad ending again. Where it finds out that there was really nothing going on, just Joe was a homicidal maniac. This time, we're going to go outside. The thing was nowhere to be seen. Just as I was turning around, I took a look at the roof. There it was. It was close to a corner, about to turn. It looked like an albino male with really long limbs. He had fingers instead of toes, and all 20 of them were elongated. He was facing away from me. Suddenly, the head swiveled 180 degrees and stared at me. Started choking up as if suffocated. It was hard to breathe. The thing opened its mouth slowly and deliberately. I thought it was going to devour me when its tongue snaked out. On the tip of the tongue was my face, like a tumor. Eyes closed. Lips upturned into some psycho smile. There was a legend somewhere that when you see a doppelganger, you die. I thought of that legend. But then the creature rounded the corner and it was gone. I lost it and followed, vision hazy. My heartbeat suddenly seemed ear-splitting to me. I was stumbling, because my legs seemed unable to coordinate. Suddenly, I stumbled forward and toppled down. Once I lay there, face down in the grass, my body just seemed to shut down. I couldn't move. I couldn't even turn my head. There was something dripping on my back. My eyelids seemed heavy and started closing of their own accords. I saw white feet with long fingers for toes step into view. When my eyes opened, Celeste was shaking me. She was on the brink of tears and her voice was cracking. Get up! Get up! That bastard was in your skin! My head hurt. I was about to ask her what happened when she started pulling me backwards toward the door. We toppled out and stumbled towards Darren's car, which was parked in a different location from what I remembered. I was glad to be alive. The mist had stopped completely. Celeste is downright crying now. She pushed me into the back seat. That's when I noticed. I was wearing different clothes from when I lost consciousness. Michael was there, huddled up and face buried in his knees. Some clothes stained with blood were beside him. They were mine. Darren immediately stepped on the pedal, but nothing happened. He swore and did it again. And thus Celeste was armed with a shotgun from the cabin. I asked him what was going on. I think joined. He looked like you. We gotta get out of the house. We got out of the house and found the car. We were halfway down the road, then Michael started screaming. I looked at Michael. He had a glazed over look in his eyes. Think you burst out of your clothes and jumped out of the car. Michael had the shotgun. He was firing out the window. We saw the thing run all the way back to the house. The freaking speed of light. It was in my skin? Yeah. I looked down at myself. I wonder if I had been possessed, or if worse, the thing had cut off my skin and wore it as a coat. I shuddered at the thought of something crawling around in my skin. I asked Michael if he was alright. The thing talked to me. I asked about what. He didn't respond. I realized he was sobbing. The car jolted into motion. Darren fist pumped as the car started accelerating. I turned back towards the cabin and saw the albino thing standing on the roof of the house, watching us. I shuddered to turn back. Celeste screamed. The thing was in front of the car, on the windshield. It opened its mouth, and my tongue face slithered out. Celeste fired the shotgun. The glass shattered, and it was thrown backwards. Darren shrieked, and I saw blood coming from his face. Something pierced my face and realized it was glass. The car skidded to a stop. The car doors opened without any discernible reason, and I fell out. The thing lay directly across from me, eyes closed if it was sleeping. I wished I could close my eyes. Its mouth hung open, and I saw myself again, emerging. I didn't move or anything, because I couldn't. My face looked at me and started to talk. I love you. I love you. I want to bagel. It repeated over and over again. It was coming close to me. I wonder if it was going to bite me to death. The thing's eyes shut open. I realized it was going to kiss me. I managed to regain some control and instinctively twisted back from it. I guess that was what saved me. There was a sound like an explosion, and blood spouted from the thing. Celeste was standing over it. Her face and body were bleeding, and she had this spaced-out, psychotic look in her eyes. She had just fired the shotgun. The face looked directly at me. I am you, it whispered. She fired again, and I saw my own face begin rotting to nothing more than a skeleton in front of me. The thing's head flowered open. That's the best word I can find to describe it. Its head kind of split and split again, peeling away. I saw faces, lots of them, all on the inside of its head. I think I saw Celeste and Michael's faces. They are whispering something unintelligible. In the center, where the brain should be, there was a single red cat-like eye that was rotating in its socket. It was producing the mechanical droning sound. Celeste fired one last time. The thing sort of withered away, becoming wrinkled and smaller and rotten, until it just disappeared. Celeste dropped the shotgun. I started twitching and spasming as control of my body returned to me. Eventually I stood up, got into the car silently. Darren was bleeding too, but no one said anything. We drove back to the city in silence. We explained away the damaged cars being attacked by some crazy thieves. We had ourselves patched up. Michael was still in a shock-like state. I hear he was like that for a while. When I asked him what he thought of the incident later, he denied it ever happened, with compelling conviction. His eyes looked dead, and he had lost weight. I don't know if he forced himself not to remember, or if he genuinely knows nothing of it. I don't know what I saw, but I can't remember the exact place. It has been 2 months now. We still refrain from talking about it. If you're expecting some huge twist or something, you'll be disappointed. Because you already seen him! Haha! I still don't know what we met out there. I don't want to know, actually. I still have nightmares about my own face, shouting, I am you! One thing I do know, though. I am never going camping ever again. And that was the good ending for Skinwalker. This was a short RPG Maker game, and I have to say it was quite good. It was like one of the best ones I had played in quite a while that was horror-based. You know me, I love horror-based games. I do love them. Oh, come on, you were expecting me to do something funny then, weren't you? But I hope you enjoyed this little RPG Maker game. I'm definitely going to give it some good grades. Let me see here. Definitely I'm going to... Let's see, the story, the concept and everything. I'm gonna have to do my own special grading system for these games. Well, I'm going to say the story was good, so I'll give that a 5. The game time was short. I'm going to have to give that one a 3. I guess I'll say a 4. Could have been a little bit longer. Maybe like a few more endings. Graphics, very well done. Very well. It fit quite well. Sound, that includes music. I think I'm giving that a 5. Yes, I think I'll be doing more of these RPG Maker games in the future at some point, giving them different scores. So there's the overall score. I hope you enjoyed this little quick thing of Skinwalker, and this is Big Fatty Plus, sayonara, and remember, if you go camping, and you see a thing that has your face on its tongue, make sure you have a shotgun. And then again, maybe you shouldn't.